Good morning, everyone. Um, Gee, it's a beautiful morning. The sky, I noticed when I was doing outdoor kinhin, the sky is like incredibly open, not many clouds, and you can see forever. It's really lovely. So today, we're not going to have the usual Dharma talk, but instead, what I would like to do is take some time today. This is the fall. The fall season is starting. And so I'd like to take some time this morning to reflect on a few questions about our individual practice, and also the things that you all might be interested in for the fall period as far as programs and so forth. So the first thing is, what we'll do is break into groups and then talk about these questions. Maybe write a few minutes first. Well, let's do that. We'll write a few minutes first and then go into breakout group, and then discuss it among each other, and then we'll come back into the group and share that, so we can kind of get an idea of, kind of get the pulse of the Sangha, of where we are and what we might want to head for. So to start with, the questions, and you might want to write it down. So if you want to get some paper and a pen, that would be good. And if that's not working, we can put it in the chat. But to start with, we can. Yeah, okay. So the first question is, how is your daily Zazen practice going? So just kind of a honest reflection about, oh, people left. Wait a second. I need to wait. Let them come back.
Laurie, I'll also put the questions in the chat.
Cool. Okay. That's good. Okay. Maybe Susan will come back. And you'll have the question. So anyway, so how is your daily Zazen practice going is the first question. So just really think about that a little bit and reflect on how it is. So the second question is, what are you most engaged with in Appamada's current programs? And then as a part of that, what is most valuable to you? So what are you most engaged with in Appamada's current programs? What is most valuable to you? The third question is, under our present circumstances, we've now been in this pandemic for 6 months. Can't believe it. 6 months. What would you be most interested in or suggest for fall programs? And is there a class or program you wish we would offer? So I'm going to repeat that. Under our present circumstances, what would you be most interested in or would suggest for our fall programs? And is there a class or program you wish we would offer? And then the fourth one, is there something you personally would like to know or know more about through Appamada? there's Peg. I I had a puppy sighting this morning. Ah, there's another one.
Hey, everybody, meet Jizo.
Jeez, that's wonderful. I saw you guys when you were going out for a walk.
He's awfully sweet.
He's awfully tiny. I thought he was bigger than that. He's a little guy. He's just as cute as he can be.
I thought Jizo was an appropriate name.
Sounds good.
I'm kind of surprised nobody suggested it, actually.
Yes, me too.
She's very calm and she slept through the night and she's pretty sweet.
She slept through the whole night. She didn't cry all night. Wow, that's
She hasn't
amazing.
made a peep.
Amazing.
So anyway, I wanted you to meet her. I'm about to take her out. She's pretty cute.
Are you sure you don't want to stay in here and I'll take her out?
You're welcome to come meet her after. That's your perk for taking over this morning.
Okay, good, great.
She's awfully cute.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah,
have a
she's
great
so funny.
morning.
All right. Thank you. It's so delightful. I noticed this morning when I got a peek at her, and now it just, my heart just goes, wah! I love puppies. I just love puppies. Anyway, so back to the work at hand. So those are the questions, and so why don't we and get into groups? How many people do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we could probably do 5 groups of 4. And it's only 10 o'clock, so we got lots of time. So why don't we spend like maybe 10 minutes writing? I think that'll be more than enough, maybe. I don't know. 10 minutes writing, and then 10, 20. And then each person could talk for a while. We could probably go 25 minutes discussing it amongst yourselves. Then everybody will have an opportunity to say where they are. And then we'll come back after that. So that's 35. That allows 25 minutes. 25, 35. That may be too much time. Well, we'll see. So yeah, 10, 25 is 35. So then we'll have,
How much time do you want to have for breakout rooms?
well, I was thinking 10 minutes for writing and 20, let's do 20 minutes. 20
Okay.
minutes for talking. So that gives everybody a chance
So
to,
30 minutes total?
yeah. And then we'll come back and discuss it. What? Yeah, let's try that. Thank you, Ann. And so you'll put them in the chat, the questions in the chat.
They already are. They
Oh,
already are.
you are so fast. Thank you. All right, great. So, well, anyway, we have time to talk about it now. So what I would like to do is just get a general feel with if people want to bring up stuff that they had mentioned, just to kind of get a feel of where all of us together are about that. So, for example, it seems like in our group in general, that as far as our practice, people are practicing in various ways, um, some more than others, but that there's a little bit of a disconnect. It's not as you know, the sits may not be quite as long, or they may not be quite as frequent. So there's a little bit of a drop off there. And so I don't know about the rest of you all. If anybody like to, I'm just curious what's happening with the Sangha regarding that. How do you feel about one's own practice? If you want to talk about.
Can I just put in a request here that please unmute when you would like to speak, and when you are not speaking, to please mute your microphone. Thank you.
Thank you, Anne. Cat's got your tongue. Okay. Also, I'll mute my.
Well, in my group, and my group can correct me if I got it wrong. Well, we were real lucky. We had a couple of new people, and then some seasoned ones, and they. I felt like everyone was entering in pretty well at their own pace, but that they were able to connect well with Appamada.
Cool. Glad to hear that.
I've found the daily zazen's really good, just being able to sit with people and join in, and it makes me really sit when you're sitting with, as opposed to sitting on my own. It kind of really helps to sit for that hour and notice what's coming up, and it really does sort of like, I can't remember who said meditation means familiar, so it really kind of helps me become familiar with what's going on in my own mind, if you like. And the Dharma talks are wonderful to be able to sit and reflect on them, and even embody them as they're being taught, to just really digest and take them in. So I've been really enjoying being a part of that, and the community and is just wonderful, and the breakout rooms, just meeting with people and discussing things with others. It's just been, I found it a wonderful community, and I've really cherished it over this COVID time, if you like, and hopefully we'll continue to be able to be part of it moving forward.
Absolutely. Thank you. And it's really a treasure having you joining in, Maria. Appreciate it.
Oh, thank you.
Any other comments about the practice?
I wanted to speak as a new person. I really started my practice during the pandemic. So, and joined in with Appamada's everything that I can. And so it's been enormously helpful to me in terms of the communal nature of the practice, which I never really expected. I wanted to learn how to meditate and calm down and go slower and all of that. So I'm learning, you know, all about it very gradually. And as I said in my group, I didn't know how much I needed the community, and it's been wonderful. Thank you.
Oh, good. Glad to hear that, Rosemary. Yeah. Hey, Darcy.
Oh, yeah. I guess I was just going to say that I'm a little scattered. I'm sorry. So we're on the question of daily zazen.
Yeah.
I really didn't mean to do this, but okay, this is good practice for me. I just unmuted myself because I thought that's what we were doing. This group was so good to get like a window into other people's practice and how it feels and how it's going, and just very precious. And I guess that's kind of leading to the next question, which is what are we wanting from Appamada programming? And it's more of these small groups. I think we concurred about that in our group, but anyway, I'm getting ahead. So,
well, unless anybody else has something to say about the practice, you can go with the second one. Is there anybody else that wanted to say? Oh, go ahead, Darcy. Lead us on with number 2.
Well, so some of the people, well, one of the persons in our group, Claudine, really isn't able to participate in later programs in the day because of, living in Switzerland. And then some of us, just because evenings just aren't optimal times. So we were talking about timing of having some, the earlier are more available to us. And I'm kind of wondering if, because it was so helpful to talk about our practice, if there could be sort of a group to talk about practice issues. I don't know. That just came to me right now. And or just smaller groups forming informally, which we also said it's hard to do because we don't have each other's email. And I know Appamada is working on that, but it would be nice to be able to contact people after we have our small groups on Sundays and on Tuesdays. So I guess that's all I have to say right now.
That's a great idea, and I know that there was a thing currently that I checked on this the other day. Robin and I were talking about it, and the telephone numbers, the only telephone numbers that I'm aware of on the website is the people who are on the board, the people who are teachers, and the new teachers, the mentors, of course, are on there. All the council members are on there. So, but the rest of the people, I don't believe you can access them from the website. So, yeah, we can. That's an interesting question, and how we might take care of that, because it might be a nice thing for people to be able to talk as cohorts.
Laurie. Yeah, because that's part of meeting on the porch. If you have something you want to follow up with somebody, then you kind of hand them your contact information. And it's a little harder to do it in this sort of setting, but it does help create and extend or continue these rich connections that are being formed.
Absolutely.
Laurie, I just went into chat. It's Kathy.
Oh, there you are. I was
Yeah.
looking over. It's hard. I got 20 people here. Which voices?
I know. I just went into chat and set up a time to meet with somebody by phone.
Oh, okay. So the chats, and you would private message. Is that
Yes.
what you did? Oh, great. Okay. So
that's really good. But like our group, I didn't know how to do it because I didn't want to send. We decided we wanted to share emails, but I couldn't create just a 4-person group to send to. So anyway.
Yeah.
You'd have to do it individually.
Like my email maybe to be available in the website, available to the world. I just kind of want to, just to be to some people. I mean, I don't mind sharing it in the chat here, but I don't want it to be, accessible when people access the web in Appamada.
Yeah, I don't blame you for that at all. And I think that that's probably that is our policy at this point, and I don't know that we'd want to change that. It seems like maybe the best thing is to figure out a way to do the exchange.
By the way, is the chat also available on the web after the meeting ends? Is it part of the or not?
No, I think it comes up as part of the session of the breakout room. Is Kim, are you still here?
I was just going to say, one point
that goes away when the room closes, but you can personally save a chat from a particular session. So if there's emails in it that you want to save, but you have to do that. And I don't remember how you do it. Maybe Kim knows. Maybe that's.
It's good to know that, but I just don't want it to be available to the world. Is all I'm saying.
Exactly. No, totally. We don't do that.
I think the best way is for people to chat with each other and say, what's your contact information?
Yeah, and if it's a group of 4, you can just,
They're doing, they can do them one at a time. Yeah.
yeah.
At one point, I talked. This was a few months ago. Talked about maybe figuring out a way people who would like to connect that way could maybe contribute to a private document, probably on Google Drive or something, so that we could have phone numbers. Know what kind of contact would you like? You know, would you and that kind of thing. And if it's one on one, obviously there's somebody specific you want to talk with. That would be might make it a little different, but that way it would kind of build a phone directory, but also only be if you were wanting to have your phone number on there, and it certainly would not be available to the general public. But that was just one idea, and so I think this is a topic that we did a couple of times as a sangha, and I don't know where it will go, but it certainly has a lot of promise and potential, especially in these times.
Right, and so I'm jotting this stuff down so that we can talk about it like in the councils and so forth, and get the people who are knowledgeable on tech and such as you and Kim and so forth, and see if we can come up with a solution to that issue. How does that sound? Yeah.
Laurie, one thing that you can do, everybody can do, is copy and paste everything that's in the chat. So if you see it in the chat now and you copy it, when you get off the chat, you could paste it into a Word document. So you would have whatever's in there now, everything that's in there now. If, you know, yeah.
So there is also a function, if you click on chat and it opens up that window, you'll see at the bottom 3 little dots to the right of the chat window, and there's an option there to save chat. So
I see.
Or if you want, that's like the whole chat for the whole session. So you might just want to cut and paste what you want.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is good information.
I see.
Laurie, may I suggest, so that we can get to other questions, if some ideas like this come up of how to connect people, then just put it on the list for the council, so because I'd like to hear from more people.
Right. Okay, so I think we pretty well covered that for right now, and then we will take that to the councils and get a better, so it doesn't get just dropped into space and not attended to in the future. So the next question is about the fall programs and classes or programs that people might be interested in Appamada offering. So I'm very keen on knowing that. Did anybody? I think in our group there was a discussion about maybe something regarding art, an art activity, or so is anybody else come up with, is anything that they're dying to?
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to speak to it in our group because we were talking about lots of other things, and that was the last question, really. In all the groups I've been in, people have been talking about things going on with their body.
Yes.
Whether it's illness, whether it's dealing with aging, whether it's our inability to deal with long sitting because of our backs. It's like a whole range of things. And at the Joko Beck movie, one of the things she said that I really appreciated is that essentially there's points where your body becomes your practice.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think there are a lot of us that might be going on for. And I would really appreciate an opportunity for people to share some of their experiences, things that have worked for them, perspectives they've looked into and that have been available through teachers for many years and so on, but to have that be part of the focus in a way, because we are surrounded right now by suffering that has to do with the body, whether it's inside ourselves or not, but for those of us that it is our practice right now, right? That some ways of supporting and being with each other, sharing things.
Yeah, that's an excellent idea, and well, we'll talk about that one. There was a group that we had a couple of years ago that was an aging group. It's disbanded, but I think this thing in terms of the body is really important. So I'm going to put that down. Thank you so much for mentioning that. Yeah, I appreciate that. I'm sorry, Olivia?
No, for my part, I have several, I think it's weekly, at least a couple of emails with this very long discussions on a certain feeling or discovery or some kind of offer. And I'm thinking that we're getting that offered in that form. So I think these are good topics to be offered in, like in the Sunday programs, because very long, detailed experience and followed by poems is not as valuable as if somebody presents it. So I was thinking that I don't think we're lacking for some of that. There's quite a bit of it being offered already, mailed out to us. So I was going to say, if you were to look at that, the incorporate it into talks instead of getting lots of emails from people. Suggestion, it's not a shortage of things that are there for us to have. So maybe the form in which they're offered would be helpful. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Olivia. I don't know if that'll change. That's the reflections are standard things from all the teachers, and there's a particular point to that. But still, some of these things can be brought up for Dharma talks or groups apart from that. So, anything else that anybody has a?
I do want to. I would like to salute and repeat. I think it was Bridget who made the suggestion on dealing with post-election emotions and equanimity and grounding, no matter what the result.
I'm sure that's going to come up anyway. That'll be the Dharma talk, I'm sure.
It's a great topic. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, Ellen.
In our group, it was suggested that an intro, following the orientation, people are really wanting the intro program, and that's what usually our head student offers. But yeah, there was a need expressed for sort of an orientation 2.0.
I see.
And also, one idea was to have that a half day intensive would be appreciated. Just that kind of period of time. That was a suggestion. And also that a midday program. A lot of people can't do things in the evening, or some people can't do things early in the morning, but it was suggested a midday program, such as a midday book study or something like that.
Okay. Well, I'll jot those down, and we can talk about them for sure. Appreciate those suggestions. It's really helpful. Anything? Yeah, Eric. I think you're on mute. Can't, yeah. Oh, you went back on. You're still on mute. Yeah.
Okay. How about, you offered things that, like an outdoor thing we did at the Mayfield Park, that was really nice, and doing it with, mats and spacings and all that. That's just something that would appeal. And then also, I just want to say everybody in our group, including myself, really enjoy the breakout rooms. And that's something I'd like to see you continue, because we can see each other's faces and talk a little bit more intimately than sitting back and just passively receiving the Dharma talk or something like that. That's awesome.
Yeah, I think, that's true. And the nature thing, I had thought about doing some. The parks were closed, and I think that they're opening up some of them are open, so then that might be a possibility. But for a while there, they were closed.
Thank you anyway. You're pretty busy, so I'm
Yeah.
not trying to complicate your life and your schedule.
Oh, no, that's all right. I enjoy doing them, but yeah. So I think that may be a possibility, and also the weather is cooperating as well. So yeah, I'm sure that will be reinstated at some point. So thank you very much for bringing that up. Anything else?
I sent you something in chat, Laurie.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, there's a whole bunch of messages down here. Oh, okay. Maybe you guys already saw these. Have you guys been reading them as they come in? No. There's one, it says if anyone needs to be on the Google group for Appamada, send your email to Kim Mosley. And he can put you on that so you get when the offerings are, what the offerings are. And also remember that on Sunday we have an orientation program at 8:15. So that's just for new people. Okay.
What's a Google group?
The Google group is basically the email that you're signing up for the emails that come out from Appamada. That's all that is. Okay. Okay. There's something here. Donna Martin is, yeah, she is good with embodiment. We don't really, she hasn't been here. There's a question about Donna Martin. And I don't know if she has anything online. I just don't know. I personally don't keep up with her particularly, but you might check her website. And I know we aren't doing stuff with her at this moment. Flint does stuff with her sometimes. I don't know if they're still doing their workshops in Hawaii or not. Let's see, Olivia, author, Reverend Williams, author of Radical Dharma, is giving a Dharma Talk Wednesday at 5:30 on Upaya. Okay, and Claudine had to leave. Okay, what time is it? Oh, it's almost time.
Laurie?
Yes.
Just a clarification. Is there an intensive coming up with Appamada? There was a several day intensive and now it's like one day, and I don't know what that's.
Well, there was a one day that is actually 1 day plus a Friday night, and that already occurred a week ago with Joel and Joan. The schedule is changed a bit. There was going to be, there was talk about having an intensive with Flint originally. This was pre-COVID. And so conversations are happening between Peg and Flint, and I don't know where that stands at this moment. So all I can say is as soon as there's something for sure planned, we'll send it out on the email, and then we'll be announcing it on Sundays or different events, so you'll know about it. But there's nothing definitive at this point.
On the schedule right now for September 19th, it says full intensive, and so.
Right, we set that up in January.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm not sure about that. So we'll get some definitive. I'll be talking to Peg in the next couple of days. If not, well, I'll see her this afternoon. I'm gonna go get happy. Anyway,
Sorry.
And I'll get the update on that. Okay, yeah, Bridget.
There was an email to the group sent out that we have been invited to participate in the intensive they're doing with Open Door Zen Community in Madison, Wisconsin. And I believe Flint is participating in that. So it's $35. You can, if you go to opendoorszen.org. You can look it up or go find it in your emails, because that is an offering that Peg forwarded it, or someone forwarded it.
Right.
So if
Thank you.
someone's
Thank
feeling-
you for mentioning that. Yeah. Becky, you're involved in that, right?
That's on the calendar,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
and it's for October 9th and 10th and 8th and 11th.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. So there are some things out there, and as far as what we're doing, we'll get clearer this week since Peg just got back. I'm sure there's going to be a flurry of activities coming out. If I know Peg. Anyway, so, okay. Well, I hope this has been fruitful for you guys. I know it has been for me.
Thank you so much, Laurie.
Yeah, it's good to hear where people are coming from, where they are, and what they'd like to hear. That's the whole thing about Appamada has been the classes have been set up to reflect what people are actually looking for at this point in time. And I know that these breakout rooms, my own personal experience and what I've heard from so many people is that they're very effective as far as creating some connection that we don't otherwise have, particularly if we're more isolated we are, the less intimacy we have. So I know that that's going to be continuing no matter what, and being plugged in as often as possible. So, all righty then. Thank you so much. Is there anything else anybody has to say, or? Okay.